Big up. Good day. What's up? Hope you're well. Big up to everyone joining. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a great start to your day. It's your boy Mark Ken. You know what it is. It's that time. Let's discuss. There's lots of topics to be talked about, but let's get the topics out of the way so I can drop the link and let's hear what you guys have to say. For me, I think there's a lot of creativity we need to get in with this window. Yeah, we live, Hayden. Hopefully you're going to join in today in the conversation. Haven't heard from you in a bit, my broski. But let's talk about some of the trending topics right now in this current moment. Let's rubbish a few. Let's discuss a few. Let's see what's actually happening and what's actually not happening. You know what I mean? So let's start with the good news and the bad news. Let's get all of it out of the way. Big up to everyone joining. Let me bring this to the stage because there's lots of interesting news coming out about Man United, guys. And for me, I think we should be paying attention. Of course, we will discuss Marcus Rashford and Casemiro as well because, you know, it's just how it goes. But right now, one in, one out. United are pushing to sign ex-Amarim protege as 70 million star most likely destination is revealed. And guys, I'm talking about Nuno Mendes. You know what I mean? There's a lot of reports coming in that Casemiro is again being linked with a move from United to Saudi Pro League, where he's expected to reach something like 30 million per year if that deal materializes. And of course, a lot of help of Cristiano Ronaldo, whose Al Nassr has been told by none other than the GOAT to go get Casemiro. So let's see what happens. Will this open to the door to bring in a 34 million pound rated Nuno Mendes? I hope so. Because you know what? We need someone that could be a mainstay on the left-hand side while we bleed in some youngsters and see who can fit as the backup, in my honest opinion. We already see there's options. Diego Leone, Harry Amas, Young Murray. There's options, but they're not ready yet. So we need a guy who is. So that's one point to talk about, guys, that I think is very interesting. Of course, hot off the press is links that Manchester United might be interested in signing Brentford's Brian Mbeumo. What will you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments. This is the interesting one. Let's talk about this really quickly. I'm going to brief you guys before I drop the link. Manchester United are ready to make a push for Brentford forward Brian Mbeumo as per Fajicias. United delivered their most convincing performance under Ruben Amorim against Liverpool at Anfield with the 2-2 draw. Could have been a win. But there are reports coming in that the 25-year-old centre-forward, right-winger, right-sided midfielder, and second striker under Thomas Frank is wanted by the Red Devil boss, Ruben Amorim. He has an impressive 13 goals and 3 assists in 20 Premier League appearances this term, and Spanish outlet claimed that United are willing to pay 50 million euros to secure his signature. It is claimed that Old Trafford hierarchy considered the versatile forward as the solution to offensive problems, which have consistently impacted their results under Amorim. The club wants to renew their front line for their new gaffer. However, it's understood that Brentford are not entirely convinced to accept the offer as they consider the Cameroonian irreplaceable. Despite Brentford's reluctance, United are expected to make a push close to the transfer before the end of the ongoing winter window. These are some reports coming in right now. Let's see how it goes. Another interesting report coming in right now that I would like everyone to just consider, because you know what? It's going to be very interesting to see if it happens, is the interest of Manchester United in this young sensation from Norway who plays at Lecce. And Patrick Dorgu is a definite option to bolster the left wing back option this winter. He's not really on the expensive side of the market, rated somewhere between 30 million to 35 million euros. It's not that deep. You know what I mean? And the left side defense has been problematic. And Dogo is known for his attacking play, able to go up and down the flanks with that energy. He has a huge engine. He can contribute in the attacking sense. He has 3 goals in his appearances so far this season. And the 20-year-old is very good when it comes to his defensive side. 4.9 recoveries, 1.9 tackles, and 1.7 clearances with 6.8 duels won per game on average. It's going to be very interesting to see what's happened with the young Dane, but let's see what goes, guys. I think it's an interesting solution to our problem on the left. And now, for you, my boy, my homie, big up to you in the building. And I think this is an interesting article because I know you would like to get Gyökeres more than most, my boy. So check this out. There are some reports coming in that Bayern Munich are interested in paying his release clause at Sporting. Would this put a dent in the hopes of Man United signing Victor Gyökeres? It's possible, guys. It's possible. Because there are some reports, despite the odds stacked against them, that, you know, Bayern is willing to pay the 80-year-old's £80 release clause to bring him to München. It's going to be interesting. Guys, now I'm going to drop the link and we're going to discuss what's happening with Marcus Rashford and Casemiro. Who do you guys think would actually be leaving the club first? That's going to be interesting. Let's see how it goes. Of course, they got Harry Kane, but remember, Harry Kane is on the other side of 30, my bro. It's interesting. It's going to be very interesting. You know what I mean? Big up to Admiral Drex in the building. Big up to Kenny Fan TV. Big up, bro. Left wing back is a priority at the moment. It's mostly going to be a permanent left wing back signing and a loan signing in January window. Rashford to Dortmund on loan is a surprising news. I mean, if that's the case, if it's true, hopefully. I see Royden is coming in. Big up to Royden in the building. What's good, Royden?
Hey, Mark. Happy Orthodox Christmas.
Happy Orthodox Christmas to you, my bro.
This is for all the Orthodox guys and for Mick too. I know Mick is an Orthodox Christian, so Merry
Big
Christmas
up to you
guys.
All right. And Happy Christmas.
Well, first one, Gyökeres. Does he want to leave Sporting Lisbon? That's the question.
Well, the thing is, what we know about Gyökeres, Sporting Lisbon, and Man United is we have a gentleman's agreement not to sign the player in the winter window, which means summer target. So that's the only thing I do know.
Okay, yeah, because I'm thinking whatever we do at striker is just going to be a loan until the summer, and then in the summer we'll go in for a proper striker. That's what I'm thinking. And
go ahead.
Yeah, and that's why I'm thinking Gyökeres is gonna. We might go in from it depending if he's still around, if he's still available, because I think he has that connection with Amorim and he could put that. But like you said, there's a release clause, so that is a bit of an issue.
And what were your thoughts on the new links to Mbeumo? Big up to Joe Blackman and Danny B as well.
Mbeumo, I don't know. Does he fit the style of play that Amorim wants to implement? You know, is he looks good. He's solid. He is a solid player. He's strong. He's quite strong on his feet. From what I've seen, is what we need. We need more of the guys who can hold on to the ball and take it up. So for me, I think there would be a good signing if we got him from Brentford. That's my opinion. I think it would, even if it was a loan, it would be something good. And then in the summer, go and get somebody that's more permanent. Because let's see.
I mean, for me, I don't know about if it's a loan or not, but I don't think Brentford would loan their best player. You know what I mean? I feel like it would have to be a permanent deal. And to be fair, he could play striker, he could play 10, he could play wing. I think he would suit the system, bro. I think he would play that left 10 or that right 10. I mean, it would be interesting, of course, like Deliso is saying here, you know, Danny Olmo, Nico Williams could be other options. You know
if we get Kolo Muani on loan, then I don't think we'll get Mbeumo. I don't think we'll get Mbeumo at all. So that's a possibility we got to look at. I think these are just guys that are stacking up as backups, just in case we need to divert or pivot to another player. Then we've got these guys in line, the next target that we want. Because I think in the next week and a half, we're going to see some quick business from United. United won't want to prolong this process. They want the team in before we start playing 2 games a week.
I think that's fair to say. And well, let's talk about Marcus Rashford. Let's get into this article and hear what's happening, because you know there's some reports that Rashford is keen to move on.
I've got to put a cat amongst the pigeons here. How about a Rashford swap for Theo Hernandez. There have
It
been
might be
reports.
possible, but as you can see in the article here that we're going to talk about, amid the AC Milan rumors, he kind of want to go to La Liga, is what's happening. So, according to this article, Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford appears to be headed for a divorce with the Red Devils sooner rather than later, and his preference is to go to La Liga. And is some interesting situations he's found. Apparently, he has said, according to Give Me Sport, that and Team Talk, that Barcelona is an option, even Atletico Madrid.
But Barcelona, I don't think Barcelona, because I don't think they've got the money. Firstly,
well,
and
not
secondly,
just Barca, but it have Atletico Madrid as well.
Yes, because they were linked with Garnacho, so they are looking for a left wing. You understand? So that would be a good option. The AC Milan one is a bit strange because they've got a right wing. I think they need a left wing. They've got a left wing. They need a right wing. So I don't know if Marcus Rashford would be willing to. That's probably why he wants to go to La Liga. But let's see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For me, I wouldn't mind if he prefers to go to La Liga as long as we get a decent deal in the doors for him. I mean, I know Man United has a strong stance. They set a £40 million minimum on his transfer.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to see. I mean, Bremo might cost us 60 million to be fair as well. So for me, like, I looking at additions in this window that we could do cost effective, that we could save up, that will also impact the squad in a positive light going towards the future as well. But realistically, you want to make the big signings in the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I like Theo Hernandez. I would love to get Theo Hernandez, bro, but that's like a 50-60 million pound move. We know.
And you know what? But Mark, but also Ruben spoke about leaders, and Theo's a good guy. Theo's a good guy who would be a good leader. You understand? He's a guy you can bring in as a leader as well.
I think he would be a good leader, but I don't think he's a good guy. I watched him play at Milan, bro. I watched Theo Hernandez at Milan, bro. This brother don't tackle people like he's a nice guy, bro. So I understand what you mean. He has that. He has that energy about him that says, he does things and he leads by example. You know what I mean? But he's a very physical defender. You know what I mean? And he does have that shithousery about him as well, too, which I do like in players. To be honest, I really like that in players. I think we have too many nice players at Manchester United in this current moment.
Exactly.
It's not really in trend with what Manchester U is as a football club. We always had edgy characters, rough houses, shithousery. We always had these things. So for me, we need to do more. We need to do more.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see how it goes, because realistically, I just think that in all intents and purposes and all things considered, we need to be creative with this window. We can't just be doing things, I know we need an attacker. We're not scoring goals, but we also need more important aspects to fill in this team so the team could provide for a striker. I think if we get a left-sided wing back, and this is not me just saying a defender, a guy who could attack and defend, because we know Amorim prefers to play wingers at the wing back or more attacking inclined players. So if we could get a player like that, I think that benefits Man United greatly. You know what I mean? And the tears are baller, bro.
I also think that's what I say. If we have somebody on the left, it balances the team, because then on the right we can play a more attacking player. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. The Dorgu one is very interesting. I've got some interesting things that I looked at on him. Dorgu is 6'2", so he's a beast.
He's a big guy.
Come think about. But according to Fabrizio Romano, he's only third in line. So that's an interesting thing to think about, because what Fabrizio has mentioned is Kirkes, Mendes, and Dorgu. So this brings into what you and Mick were discussing yesterday on Mick's show about this South American player that Bournemouth had just bought, that we were after. Yeah. So maybe there is a gentleman's agreement there for us to go for Kirkes, and if we pull out of this South American deal.
Maybe, but for me, I look at it from a perspective where Kirkes is going to be 40, 50, probably 60 million pounds, bro. I mean, we're looking at our transfer window with some of the players that we've been linked to that going to cost us somewhere near 160 mil, bro. And I don't think we have those funds for this transfer window. I think if we were to spend 100, far less 120 mil, we need to get like 4 or 5 players for that money. And I'm not trying to say buy, average players, but do deals that make sense. Danny Olmo is on a free. Offer him 250K. You're not going to pay 30, 40 million for him. So offer him money and get him inside.
I would, if seeing as Xerxes is staying, maybe think of the Danny Olmo option and then then pay him that salary. Then you don't need to worry about a striker. Then in the summer we can look at a striker again. Because maybe Xerxes is going to stay until the summer and then he's going to look to shift off in the summer.
Well, these are the things. I know a lot of the media is like, Xerxes should be out, this, that. But I look at it from a perspective where unless the manager say, X or Y or drop a player for 4 or 5 games and he's not in the team, I'm not going to say that this player should be out the door. So the whole Xerxes thing for me is speculative. In all intents and purposes, I could understand him not having the best time and probably wondering if he made the right move because of the situation currently and his form. But recently, in the last few games, I've been seeing some good impacts from him. Good moments. He a little bit quicker to the ball, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more agile. So I mean, I would give him time. He just came in the summer. I am one of those fans that when we sign a player, I give him at least 18 months max of game time.
Like I said yesterday, he just needs to work on his timing of those passes that he puts in, and that those passes don't get intercepted. And if he does get those right, there's gonna be chaos. He will put our striker into a lot more space. Not just our striker, he could put Bruno.
Other players.
He could even put Ahmad too. Xerxes also has that tendency to hold back and let Ahmad go into the space as well, and just give him that quick pass. You understand? So for me, I wouldn't throw Xerxes away just yet. You understand?
I think even Anthony being linked to Olympiacos, for me, I'm not mad. As much as I support Anthony, I feel like if the club decides it's time, it's time. You got to move.
Mark, I think Anthony might be the one to watch for Real Betis.
I don't think it's possible because the problem is right now is FFP and profit and loss with Man United in this window. We need to make profit to increase the spend capital so we can actually buy a player or bring a player in. Because we have money, but the FFP limit is like this low. We could probably spend maybe 90 million with FFP right now in this window. Now we need to sell to increase that. If we loan Anthony, that FFP comes down like to 70 million. But if we sell him or the obligation to buy is less than 45 million, then that FFP goes down even further to
we lose.
Probably, you know what I mean? Because we suffering a 40 million to 50 million.
It's not just that; it's his wages as well. It's his wages as well.
The wages don't matter in FFP, bro. Wage bill is a separate issue. FFP is deal with the players' transaction and the cost.
And this is why I think. This is why I think if we sell Rashford is from the academy. That's pure profit. That's why for me but you see who's going to buy him? Cash. If Rashford will go on a loan with probably an obligation to buy.
Exactly. And I just like Greeks, like Jim Watkins saying, as the days fast going, I predict, maybe I would say one more, maybe 1 to 3 signings, because I could see a Danny Olmo possibly happening late. You know what I mean? I could see us going for a left back because that was the first bid that we made at the beginning of the window was for Nuno Mendes. We sent him a personal terms contract. So I could see us getting a left wing back option. That's what I could see. I could see possibly Casemiro leaving, Marcus Rashford leaving, because like I said, guys, this is a mammoth situation here. £650,000 a week to play for a Saudi club. This is
Mark,
what possible for Casemiro.
Yeah, but what the thing is, what are they going to offer us for him?
Well,
That's the thing,
bro. Like I was going to say in the article, it said that they're planning to make an offer somewhere in the region of £30 million for the player. No,
I would take it.
I would take it
I
too.
would take it.
And if
Take
they
it
do
like
make a £30 million for a player, then although we would suffer 30 million loss, we would be net 30 million. So although the FFP will drop down a little bit, we could still bring in a player for around the value of 30 million. And now the wages being dropped off will make importance. Because at this point now, you have room in the wage bill to fit a player and another player like on loan, or a player like Danny Olmo on a free, because they're going to remove 400,000 a week. Now that is only impact when you actually sign the player. That's after. What impacts the first signing is FFP? Huh?
1.4 million a month, and you're looking at about 16 million a year. As I mean, 16 million a year is one of our annual payments for Xerxes or for Euro. You understand? So to get that 350 a week off would be a really, really good thing. I would take 30 million. I would take 30 million. He's got a what? How much does he have left? A year and a half left on his contract. He signed a 4-year deal. Yeah, I would take 30 million. I would take 30 million.
Realistically, bro, like I think there are deals to be done in this window, and like I would always say, like we need to be patient. First and foremost, and I know we like a lot of players as United fans, but to me, this is just my honest opinion. The expensive players is not always the best players or the best players that we need.
And they don't always adapt.
Creative.
Yeah.
We've seen it under Sir Alex, bro. We've seen it under other coaches and different leagues and different teams. What United need to do now, most of all, is be patient and do smart business. We shouldn't be going to rush to spend 60, 70 million on a player just because we in a bad way. You know what I mean? We in a rebuild. And of course, this is not where United should be. United should never be in this situation, right? But realistically, it's very important that we make these next steps carefully, because we should be proactive and not fearful. And if you spend 60 million and make a mistake in January, bro, the summer could be affected greatly.
Summer will be terrible. But did you? I don't know if you've heard about it, but Marmoush is being targeted by Man City.
There's been no contact between Man City and Marmoush. There's been no official contact. And I talked about this in my story this morning. I said I had to upload this morning. I know everyone talked about it. Even on KG stream, the guy said it there. Marmoush talking to. That's all as wide reports. Currently coming out of Germany, there's been no official contact between Marmoush and Man City. So it's all just paper talk currently.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He's on their radar, certainly. That much I will say.
Yeah, because and also I think another thing is Edison too. I think they could also target Edison because Rodri's out, and that's hit them. The fact that they had that dip in form was because they're missing Rodri. So
I mean, it would be interesting, because for me, like we don't even give United this excuse. You hear me?
Yeah.
So when man say to me, Rodri missing, so that's why Man City dip in form, I just give them the side eye, because I have been hearing from so many people that Pep is the greatest manager alive. He revolutionized football, but without Rodri, his team is shit. It don't make sense to me, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, my cousin phoned me today. My cousin says, "No, you're going to beat my Arsenal team this weekend because we've got injuries." I said, "Oh, okay, so is that your excuse?" He says, "It is an excuse." I said, "When we had 16 players out last season, you told me that wasn't an excuse."
I mean, for me, bro, there's certainly player deals I think we could do. I certainly think there are players we could move on. But realistically, what I would say is that we need to be careful. And I'm not saying don't sell Anthony, don't sell Casemiro, don't sell Rashford, don't sell Lindelof, don't sell Eriksen, or don't sell Xerxes. I'm not saying that. If the club makes a decision on the structure and the coach says, listen, I like this guy, but he really not fit what I want, sell them. I don't care who it is, bro. But at the same time, we need to do it in a way that it makes sense. Because whether or not we believe in FFP, it exists. I think we should take the fine, but I mean, that's just my opinion. I would do what I could do. But at the same time, I would just look at it like this. There are lots of different players available, talents everywhere. This is football. South America have talents. Eastern Europe, Northern Europe, Western Europe have talents. Asia have talents. Africa have talent. North America have talent. Let's look for talent. You know what I mean?
South Africa has talent.
I mean, Africa, when I say Africa, is one continent, bro.
No, so, those South African players have played too much money, man.
No, but I mean, for me, prospectively, I just feel like we need to be a little bit more cautious and patient because we know we are in a precarious situation as a club. This have nothing to do with the current structure or the manager. It's the fault of previous regimes.
We've also got to be careful. I see a lot of people are saying, why don't we just use the young players? Why don't we just use the young players? It's not that simple. Amarin's system, there's not many teams that play 3-4-3. So these young players are used to a totally different formation. And for them to come in, they will have to learn that formation again. That's going to take time too. That's why for me, guys like Corne, Leon, they will next season be in the academy still. They will learn that system in the academy and how they progress in there. Then they will move up. You understand? That's why I don't think he's brought Amos through and Collier.
Nah, listen, bro. Listen, I think you man them need to watch the academy. The academy is high flying right now on all levels. Playing that same 3-4-1
what's his name?
Formation.
What's that guy that Bianchi? What's his? Bianchi.
Gabriele Biancheri.
Yeah,
he's been doing well.
Fire.
I mean, you need hard workers for sure. Compost need hard workers. You know what I mean? We need players ready. I think we need at least 1 or 2 players ready right now coming to this club.
I think 2 permanent transfers and 1 loan, and I think that's perfect.
Whereas I really don't like loans, guys, because for me, I look at loans at this. When the loan leaves, whatever impact that loan has in that current part of the season, it's missing from the start of the next season because that loan leaves. So it's like when we had, I didn't want this guy, right? Weghorst. I didn't want him. But we also got Sabitzer, who I kind of rated. And I think we should have bought Sabitzer and kept him, right? Because when Sabitzer left, that industry in the midfield and creativity left with him. So the following season, he was lacking.
Yeah. And look at when Regulion was with us, and then in January he left to go back to Tottenham. How we were exposed on the left.
Yeah. I mean, this is why I say we should be looking to get the likes of a guy like Miguel Gutierrez on 20 million pounds. That's all they want for him. They literally said 30 million euros, which is the equivalent of 20 to 21 million pounds. Go get this guy. Don't argue for Kirkers. Don't argue for anyone. If someone wants 50, this guy's 20. 20. I would have bought him already, bro. He would have been in the door the moment he transfer window. Yeah, Miguel Gutierrez to Man United. If I was DUF, right, deal done. You know why?
Yeah.
Because here what? You have to make a decision sometimes. What you want. Yeah. You know what I mean? You want our Kirkers. You're willing. Can we afford to spend 60 million right now? No. Okay, move down the line. You would like a Nuno Mendes. What's the difference between Nuno Mendes?
58 million for Nunes.
And Miguel Gutierrez. One is 58 million euros. The other one is 30 million euros. There's still a 20 million deficit there.
And Dorku will be what? Dorku will be about 20 million. So that's also another option to look at.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Kepsel beats and Regulon. We would have been better off. You know what I mean? And this is the thing. And guys, Yeah, I read that, but I also did an update this morning where there's been no official contact. And this is coming from Florian Plettenberg and all the guys in Germany, bro. So if the guys in Germany saying there's been no contact officially between player and Man City, there's been no official move between Man City and Frankfurt either.
Yeah, I would
They
follow
could want
Plettenberg on
anything.
that.
They could want
Plettigo,
anything.
yeah. I would follow Plettigo on. I would follow Plettigo on Mamush for see what he drops because
Big
of
up, Joe.
like Ornstein as well. Big up Joe, and also Ornstein. Ornstein is also another one that I would follow, especially if you're looking at our local site signings.
Yeah, I mean, no, listen. Fergie used to buy in the Premier League and buy outside. We haven't bought in the Premier League in a while. We need to.
Been a while.
But you see, the thing is, we don't need to buy the glaring option. There are many options, guys. There are many options that we could bring in that could do a job at least, or probably have the potential to do a job now and evolve into a much better player going forward. We can do these deals, but we have to be creative. You know what I mean? Like, realistically, we need a striker. This is why I keep telling them. This is why I'm not hearing Kolo Muani, bro. Not hearing that guy.
Yeah.
We need a striker, a goal scorer, pure source. We need primary functions, bro. You see a goalkeeper that's a shot stopper? Yeah. A defender that can defend, a midfielder that can play the ball and carry the ball. These are the priority functions of players. Strikers score goals. Not forwards. Forwards play in attack. You know what I mean? It's different.
Look, you see, like you were saying, if we were getting Danny Olmo, then I would say our next target needs to be a striker. But for me at the moment, there's no point in getting a striker if Højlund has received the ball the least out of every striker in the English Premier League. There's no point in getting a striker. There's no point. So that's why I say I'd rather keep Xerxes and get maybe another midfield player with that can create more chances for us. You understand? So get a left wing back, get somebody like Olmo on a free agent, and then we do need somebody at to be able to rotate with Ugarte as well.
I mean, yeah. What can I say? I was also reading a comment there as well, bro. But I just think that it's all about how we approach things. What the fan base want, what the club want, what the manager want, and what we can do. This is the focal point for me.
Exactly.
Like, I would love some of the top players to come to this club that we could just purchase, right? But for me, realistically, I can't say we should just go get those players because in this current moment,
we don't have the money. We can't just say no. We can't just say, oh no, let's just go get Osimhen. We don't have the finances just to go and get Osimhen as well. And what people need to realize is that if we get Osimhen, he can't play in Europa League for us. He can only play the English Premier League. So,
who's that? Mamouche?
No, Osimhen.
Because it would be Mamouche as well because he playing at Eintracht. But I don't. But I think in the middle of the season, when the next phase of the league competition begins, which is the next round, I think they could be registered. I'll double check and confirm because I did a stream on the whole new league format and system and stuff like that, and I think there's a secondary registration in between the break when they determine the top 8 teams and the bottom 16.
Yeah. I think that's what I think. For me, what we need at the moment, especially if we are going to be going into 2 games a week, we need sort of like almost a second 11 so we can alternate. One team plays the Thursday, one team plays the Sunday, one team plays the Thursday, one team plays the Sunday, because at the moment we haven't got that depth, and it's that is affecting us, especially that they don't know the formation as well. You understand? Or the way he wants to play.
What's huge? Danny Olmo is currently on 200K a week. Not even
200K.
I think it's something like 179K in pounds in conversion to pounds.
Okay.
Because he's on 250 in euros. So it's like 179.
If you give him 190, 190 is the same as
I would
Euros.
give Danny Olmo 250, bro. Mason Mount earning 250, bro. Mason Mount.
I would give him. You know what I would do? I would give him 210.
Chat, bro. It pinned in my chat.
I would give him 210, and then give him that room to increase it down the line. You understand?
Yo, I know players that say a bunch of stuff, but man, man. When Frankie De Jong say he didn't want to leave, I guarantee everyone it was only because they owed him 17 million pounds, bro. And if he didn't get that money in hand, it would have been a different story, right? You know what I mean? And if Danny Olmo says he only wants Barca, I expect him to say that Barca just paid 48 million pounds for him, can't register him, and everybody is worried that he will take a move on a free and they will still have to continue paying that 48 million pounds.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with Olmo and Barca is that Barca may not even be able to register him come next summer.
That's the thing. So
going for Olmo based on that for me is a sweet deal. Even if you go and approach him and say, listen, come on alone.
It makes sense.
Come on alone.
Free agents, free agents is what we need actually. Free agents would suit us, but we need the right free agents. That's my biggest thing is getting the right free agents. We don't I don't want to what was his name, man? What is that guy that plays for France that was a free agent in the summer? That we wanted at CDM, and I forgot. Yes,
Rabiot, bro.
No.
Moving mad, boy. If we had got Rabiot, brother, all they don't know, bro. If we had gotten Rabiot, we would have been better off. We would have been higher in the league. I promise you, bro. That dude is better than Eriksen for what we need in our midfield, bro.
Okay, for Eriksen, yes, listen, possibly Casemiro as well.
Technically, Eriksen is a higher level, right? You know, as a creator, right? But if you, all things considered, in his current form and what he offers now, unless the team moving in slow motion, bro, he's not really that guy. Rabiot would have been much better to have coming into games. You know what I mean? That's just me.
Mark, here's a bit of an update. Okay, we've already spoken, but Borussia Dortmund and AC Milan have both asked for conditions of the deal for Marcus Rashford. More contacts are planned. Meanwhile, Galatasaray also approached Rashford this week, but he's prioritizing other options in top 5 leagues now. Fabrizio Romano.
Yeah, there's a thing with some guys, bro. I mean, for me, I just feel like we need to move. Mark any better than Eriksen too. Bro, listen, I don't like to trash men, bro. I know Eriksen is not that guy, but that's mostly because of what happened to him. He don't have the energy, bro. And having a pacemaker, bro, is a big situation, bro. I don't think them don't know. Forget Rabiot's mom, now Madhouse. Big up to Madhouse in the building. But, you know what I mean? I think Rabiot would have done well for us, bro. Just saying. Drex, what you stating, homie?
Bro, cool. I don't know why everybody's so why everybody think Kolo Muani would be a very bad signing. I want to know why.
He's garbage.
Bro.
What?
I want to know why, because you can't
Rasmus,
be garbage.
In 66 games, Rasmus has 22 goals. Hold on. In, I think it's 54, 59 games, he had 13. Talk to me.
Mark, can I come in for Jax to defend Jax here? Can I tell you something?
Who's more garbage?
How?
Bro, just hold on a sec. Who's more garbage between himself and Rashford?
Brother, I'd rather keep Rashford than that guy. If that is the option, I keep Rashford.
Then keep Rashford and we start fighting this, doing this all over again, bro.
Brother,
okay, but what Jax is saying, Mark, Kolo Muani has hardly even been injured. I think he's been injured 3 days. 3 days. He's that's one of our biggest problems.
Hands up.
I feel like most people are just criticizing him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's unacceptable. I just feel like most people are criticizing him for that one miss against Argentina in the World Cup, right?
I agree.
And most people, not everyone. right? Yeah, most people are doing that. But also maybe his numbers in the French league. What if it doesn't suit the French league?
Exactly.
True. But you see, the problem with Colomwani for me, bro, one is his price, two is his wages, right? It have options that you could get for lesser fees, bro.
If PSG wants to get rid of him, or if PSG wants him out, right, United can negotiate a good wage with him.
No, but as if he willing to accept a lower wage.
Oh, that's the thing. If he wants to come to United, it has to be on our terms, right? But if he doesn't want to, well, because it's not like we're gonna go over the hills, like, oh, we must get this guy. He's a must. He's not like most people don't rate him. So it's not that it's a must, right? He might just do a job. It might just be a regular squad player who might just come in and be like, oh, fantastic. Like a lot of people were writing off Ugarte after one game or two, right? But
just give me a second.
System. So in my opinion,
there's the thing, bro. I'm not writing him off on the fact that because because for me, I've seen him, bro, in Eintracht. One season wonder, bro, is what I call that, brother. Same thing I just refer to Osimhen with. One season wonder, right? One season, 26 goals plus, and after that, steady decline for 2 seasons. And this is why I'm not looking at players like that. Because there's not, okay, it's one thing if you score 15 goals last season, 16 goals this season, 18 goals currently now. I would say maybe we should get him. You know why? Because he's on an upward trend. For me, you need to be on an upward trend. Last season, Rasmus had more goals than this brother. You understand? You understand? That's just me.
Yeah, for me, I just think there's no point in getting a striker unless we get more creative players. Because, I mean, like I said earlier, Rasmus is the worst out of all English Premier League strikers for getting the ball. I mean, that doesn't help. It's just wasting money. You understand? So unless we are going to get more creativity at left wing back and in the midfield, there's no point in getting a striker when we could just keep, because Xerxes wants to stay. So if Xerxes wants to stay, there's no point in getting another striker.
Yeah, I hear that. I also hear this what Ricardo Diaz is saying. Muani would be a good option to borrow in the summer, get the ideal guy. Yeah, you know, I mean, Campos also saying loads of players have gone to PSG and failed, which I don't disagree with. I mean, we know Hayden thinks that Rasmus should be third choice. I think Rasmus could be second choice because last season, Rasmus, I think in all comps, he had 16 goals. In all comps, Osimhen had 15. Anyway, we move.
Rasmus was top of the Champions League for most of the Champions League last season with his goal. He had 5 goals. He's still at the top, even more than Haaland in the Champions League. So, I mean,
I'm not going to say anything, a developmental striker. And why do we think, here's a question for Drex and for you. Why do we think PSG wants to get rid of him? Because of his teeth or something? Not the last part, but realistically, PSG doesn't want to enter negotiations with United over Nuno Mendes or Kolo Muani currently. This is what I could say. This is a report. As much as United are interested in both players, we have not been able to have open negotiation with the club on both players.
That could be a delay tactic like they did with Ugarte.
For me, if I have to shop at PSG, right, and I'm offered those 2 menus, I will go with the first one, the Nuno guy, right? Get Nuno out the way first. Then like what Ricardo is saying there, if you need to borrow, then you go borrow Muani, right? But Muani is not the top name on everybody's lips. The Nuno Mendes, I know it might not be the top name as well, but we know we are in a dire need for a left wing back position.
Exactly. Amen. Preach it, Admiral.
And like I've told you several times, even before this link, and I've told you, like I think it was during the Euros or one of the Champions League games, I told you, bro, I want this guy at United. If United can give me this Nuno Mendes guy, right? I like the way the guy plays.
I like him,
right?
It was at the Euros.
It would suit. Yeah, it would suit the system, right? So for me, if it's those 2 options and United have to go into negotiation and PSG is saying you have to pick an option here, we can let you talk up to 2 of our players, then United should just bin the Muani guy and just go with Nuno Mendes because that's top priority. However, if PSG is saying, okay, you want to do a loan for one of the players and buy one outright, then maybe buy Nuno outright and do loan for Muani if there's no other option.
Yeah,
You get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I agree.
Fix.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the current conversation as we having now? We discussing possibly Casemiro moving in this summer to Saudi, Rashford possibly leaving between Syria and La Liga.
What I would say is that I would like the Casemiro deal to go on because he will free up some funds. Then the Nuno guy, because we need a left back. I don't want Muani. I would like us to go if
Fix. Why don't you want Kolo Muani? Why don't you want Kolo Muani? Give me why don't say I don't like Kolo. I don't want Kolo. Why don't give me numbers? Give me his play style.
Okay.
Don't give me assist or no. Give me does it not fit the system?
I
Because
don't think he fits the
I don't
system.
like this guy. I don't like.
Just calm down. Let me explain. I don't feel like he fits the system because the closest person that I can make use of is this guy, Gyökeres, and what the man is doing, and with what he likes his strikers to back the defenders. It's not the kind of running into the channels. Then from the midfield or from defense, they will play to the strikers' feet or somebody that will win the ball up in the air. That's what I have been seeing. So, and if you are telling me,
can I interject a bit? But do you think Kolo Muani will come take the Gyökeres role at United? Don't you think it will be more of maybe even a Ganache position kind of thing? Don't you think so? I'm just throwing it out there so when you are.
Why
we don't have a wing. We don't have a winger anymore, bro. So it's we have 2 10s and a striker. If you're not coming to play striker or you're not coming to play 10, you cannot play for him really.
Bro, if you're out to do that kind of thing, it doesn't make sense for me because there is this entrant Frankfurt guy that you people have been talking about for some days. There is Cunha that can clearly be good enough immediately to go in to try to bring a striker to try to fit in that role. For me, I would even prefer the Juventus guy, Vlahovic, because I know that he can contest for the ball in the air, maybe win the first ball. The closest we have done since this man came in terms of his pattern of play is just the last match, because this young man Højlund tries to win the first ball and the second ball we pick it up. That's what I see in his kind of football, and the one who play against and he releases Ahmad, that's what I see. The kind of things he needs in a striker. So Vlahovic can do it. Gyökeres can do it. This guy is trying his best, but I can tell you that I might be saying it for the first time. I don't like Højlund's first touch. I think he's lacking in that first touch. So that's what I'm saying. Instead of getting that guy, go for the Juventus guy, the Vlahovic. A lot of time we'll cross the ball, nobody to attack it. And minus I think when last we even score a header, I think it's Casemiro that scored the last header for us. I don't know. Or is it Rashford?
The left or Maguire.
The defender. So it has been long a striker scored a header for us. So for we crossing the ball itself is meaningless for me. If not just passing it downwards, So that's what I'm looking at. Things that we don't have. Because if you say his pace, we have guys that can run. And Garnacho, why he's not playing in now is that thing the manager needs, he has not been doing it, which is close control in the middle and you pass the ball. And sometimes he's even the one that is one-on-one with the keeper. He can't even score. So I think that's what is holding Garnacho in that team. If not, clearly the manager likes his kind of players, but he's not delivering right away.
Interesting. I agree. But like Madhouse saying, guys, honestly, for me, more important, a left wing back option, a midfield option to support Ugarte. You know what I mean? Like I would love to get a striker. Mark have to be that guy.
Can myself and Fix just stay on this Moani debate for maybe another 2 minutes?
Yeah,
right?
sure, no problem,
Now,
bro.
if you're saying, if you
run through the chat real quick,
Fix,
real quick, bro.
Okay.
Big up to Greeks United. Yeah, bro, thank you. You know, besides that, you know, I think Campos also is saying it, you know, we only have money for one big purchase, so the top needs much done. You know what I mean? Hayden is on his tip. He's like, going multiple games without a goal is not second striker material. A third choice striker has not the expectation on his goals, but a first and second choice has to be reliable by default. Yeah, I don't disagree there. Big up to those smashing the likes, guys. Please keep smashing it around because it definitely helps the channel grow and shares it around to the next possible viewer. Sorry about that, Drex. Big up to you and Fix with the debate.
No, Fix, you talked about the manager liking Garnacho and all of that, right? And maybe Garnacho is not doing that one thing that the manager wants. And also, don't forget, we're trying to push move Rashford on. Let me not use the word push. We're trying to move Rashford on. And we see how the manager has tried to use Rashford in the 10 position as well. So what if Kolo Muani comes and gives the manager all that the likes of Rashford and let's say possibly Garnacho not giving at the moment? What happens then? Because I don't like this idea of, okay, let's look at the numbers, right? Because a lot of people tend to look at Bruno Fernandes' numbers and be like, oh, it's world class. And sometimes people say, oh, it's not because they forget to look at what he does in the game. Everybody's so fixated on numbers. Kolo Muani might not give you the number, they might give you the assist. Because Mark has always said it, I don't care what my wingers do, give me the assist. And if he's going to play one of the 10 position, right, he might just be that person that just, you know what I'm saying? Just give you the assist. You're looking to brute the ball because everybody's talking about Rasmus not doing the bare minimum. But how many times have we actually seen Rasmus be giving service over and over and over again, bro? How many times? Not much.
Can I come in?
Yeah, let's do on Drex moment, bro.
Okay. Well, what I will say is that if he comes in, it's not as if I will not welcome him or something like that. It will be an additional player for us because we are lacking in numbers already. So, but what I'm saying is, instead of going for a striker to come and pick up a number 10 role, we just outrightly go for the number 10 because I know the man likes to play with two number 10. For me, I can say that Ahmad Diallo, am I still on?
Yeah,
we could hear you.
So Ahmad Diallo has cemented his own place. So we are just looking at the other person, which is Bruno.
I hear you though. I hear you. I hear you about the number 10 thing. I hear you. I just want a clarification as to why people just don't blatantly just don't want. I know there are options out there, right? There are options out there. There's Cunha, there is João Pedro, there is there are players out there. There are even players that we don't know about that the scouting network needs to do their job and give to us, right? But this whole I don't want this guy, I don't want this guy. I'm like, why? What's the real reason behind it? Is it that one miss against in the World Cup? But you've been able to actually let me see another side, right? So which is okay. Mark, let's not dwell on Kolo. I just wanted 2 minutes to just go with Fix.
No problem, bro. All good. If Roy, do you have anything to say about that with Kolo Muani? I mean, you guys in the chat.
My opinion is Xerxes has said he wants to stay. Unless we start creating more crosses into the box, there's no point for a new striker. The money will be used better to go for midfield, left wing back.
Interesting.
Rasmus Højlund has had the least ball in the box out of all EPL English Premier League strikers. No point to getting a new striker. Goals are not just going to come from nowhere. They've got to come from crosses in the box or passes into the box. That's why I say, for me, there's no point to going for a new striker until we've sorted out where our creativity is going to come from.
100.
See, Jordan Warner's definitely behind signing Osimhen. He is the firepower. He is the man. Big up to my boy Jordan Wall in the building. Big up, bro. Danny B says, Muani won't suit the system. He's too lazy and not technically good enough. Can't finish. his dinner.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't think he's lazy, but I definitely don't think he's good enough. You know what I mean? Theo Hernandez is the guy for Hayden Pro. You know, Mendes is his second choice. I could agree there. Theo Hernandez will bring that fight, that grit that everyone wants to see in a defensive position. I think you need a fiery character there. You know what I mean? To put fear into wingers and attackers that, you know, this guy will put a tackle on me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Big up to Drex in the building from Stephanie Griffith. You know, Osimhen is going to get one shot a game like Rasmus. And that is exactly what, you know, Campos agrees with what Royden is saying. Jack Reacher is saying, what's with Anthony? He's perfect for MU left wing back. He got a golden opportunity. Grab it. I think so too. But it's left to be seen where the manager will use him. At the end of the day, the manager hasn't used him that much in the last few games.
Let me tell you something. Anthony is going to play. You know, this manager, he likes to play with one winger as a wing back. And why he has not been doing it is because Dallo has not been capable to hold down that left-hand position. You know, that's why it seems like, what was his name? Mazraoui is taking up that same side of defense. And let me tell you, when a defender is playing that side, is less how do I put it? Less productive than when a winger is in that fullback. You know, so if we get a right back now, I can say that a winger inside Anthony and Ahmad will go back to that left hand side, because that's how the manager likes to play. You know. So I'm seeing Anthony still has a future in the United, counting with what the manager.
I agree. I agree that I agree about Anthony. I like him. I even suggested that maybe we could move Mazraoui to the left, bring Anthony on to the right, and let him link with Ahmad. We saw what he does when he does link with Ahmad. He creates that space for Ahmad. You understand? Which makes Ahmad more dangerous. So this is just my opinion, but. Obviously, I like I said, we've got to back what the manager wants. If the manager thinks Anthony needs to go, then it's his call.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I see Jordan Wallace saying Mendes will bring more crosses to the 9. You know what I mean? Hayden Pro disagrees. He said Colo pace and power can be useful. He can be unlocked on loan.
Exactly.
Big up to the chat, says Jordan Wall. You know, Greek Jim Watkins says we need to buy winners on our club players with winning mentality. Either go for the best or don't go for just anyone. 11 years of failures and wrong signings. It must change now. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, there's some interesting situations to happen. I mean, there's interesting comments here in the chat. Ricardo Diaz says he doesn't agree with Liverpool. Højlund was released 3, 4, 5 times, and he hasn't won a single ball. A striker needs to hold the ball and provide depth.
How was he released 3, 4, 5 times, bro? I read that comment.
He wasn't released
3, 4, 5 times.
He wasn't released. He wasn't released.
Calm down. That's his opinion, bro. It's fair. I myself a little bit disagree.
I'm not doubting his. He watched the game. I'm like, how was he released 3, 4, 5 times? How?
He was released a few times. I know what he meant by that. He was in space. He was given a ball. Whether he caught up to the ball or got the ball or held the ball is a different story. So I understand what he's saying.
The guy tried his best. Bro. The guy tried his best. You know, Konata and this guy has been literally the best this season. The guy tried his best. He bleached their defense how many times? You know, in fact, for his game, I can say his best game is that game, because I have been trying to see him hold up play. You know, or to even try to win the first ball, like the header he won, and this guy fly with it. Dallo fly with it. He won a lot of balls. Konate and Van Dijk is the best in the league, as in purely the best in the league so far this season. And he showed himself in that game. You know,
true, I don't disagree there. I think he was up against a very good defense. It was always going to be. You know what I mean? But
Mark, don't get me wrong, bro. Don't get me wrong.
No. I have a question for you. Come in, bro. I have a question for you.
No, but let me just say this: Do United need another top class striker? Yes, we needed it the year we signed it. We needed him with the year we signed Højlund. We needed him last season. a top striker, right? That does not take away Oyland's flaws. Oyland has his own flaws. We know that, right? But saying that man gets service in the game, week in, week out, bro, that's not fair. That's not a fair thing to say, because we see how he's even Cavani came to this football club and struggled. How Ronaldo even managed to get his own goal, we don't even know, bro.
Drex,
but
go ahead.
Just don't fix. You know, let me finish go through the chat real quick. Number one, giving Radmus the credit for making space and dragging our defender out of position for the Ahmad goal.
Exactly.
It comes. There's balance in the chat. There's balance in the chat.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's why I said it's not just about scoring goals.
He just need to work on his first touch, basically compose things. You know, long passes than the defenders made. Højlund doesn't jump, doesn't fight. That is Ricardo's opinion. I can't disagree with him there. Jordan says we aren't clinical enough as our attacking line. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I have a question for Drex. And for me, Jordan, I don't think Xerxes will leave in the January window. I think, if anything, he might be leaving in the summer. That's just me, right? You know, Jordan thinks Bruno created a lot. Here's the question for you, Drex. Someone asked you a question a while ago. And let's not hold on, because I think I lost the question. All right. Ricardo wants to know, what have you seen from Kolo Muani, right, that makes you like him? Just a brief, because Ricardo asked, and I forget to ask it.
Ricardo, where the hell did I say I like the player, like he's a star man? I only wanted to see. He never said, he don't mean it like that. He just said, what have you seen that thinks he's an option for United? He's first of all, he like we say, he might not be doing it because of the system he's playing, but his work ethics. We saw Dembele when he was at Barcelona. We've seen the Dembele at PSG now, a different player entirely, right? We've seen Sancho when he was at Dortmund, came to United, couldn't cut it. We saw Kagawa when he was at Dortmund, came to United, couldn't do anything, right? So the fact that a player is not flourishing in one system or in one team doesn't automatically mean that you go to another club or another system, you're going to flop. So that's the angle I'm coming out. That's where I'm coming out from. So it's not like he's one superstar player. When he gets the ball, he does the basics. He gives them goal. You understand? It might not be that finished product that we're all waiting for. At Frankfurt, we saw what he did. Bro, you could say it's a one-season wonder, like what Mark said, you know, but doesn't write off the player just because it's not cutting it out at PSG means by default it equates coming to United, he will flop. I'm just saying there might be an aspect to his game that might just elevate every other person in the team. But is he my top choice? Not at all. But I don't just like the way people are just rubbishing him. I'm not saying in the chat, though. I wasn't even talking about the chat. I was just talking generally. I wasn't even talking about anybody in the chat, because I've seen on social media, don't get this guy. I'm like, bro, calm down and see it for a while, bro. Why are we just screaming, don't get this guy, don't get this guy? We all wanted, just 1 second. We all want, a lot of people, when we got Donny van der Beek, he's gonna help with the midfield. We know Solskjaer didn't really play, but every time Donny van der Beek was on the pitch, we're not seeing that thing. And this is the player that everybody thought, okay, we come in and just revolutionize the midfield. But it didn't work. So the fact that, and now he's at Girona, he's doing his thing, bro. So it doesn't mean, that's my own take. It doesn't equate. Being not so effective in one team doesn't automatically equate to you just being useless in another team.
Facts. 23 likes like men, moms on benefits. Luke Shaw. Big up to those in the chat, smashing the likes and subscribing. Big up to everyone. Jordan, I'll keep this one simple, bro. For me, I don't want either of those players. You know, I don't read them.
Mark, you have to pick. You have to pick. If
I had to pick, I would pick Osimhen over Muani, bro. I'll be honest there. But I'd really do rate neither of them. Because, okay, Osimhen don't score headers. Right? One. So crossing to him in the box makes no sense. Right? He's not, for me, that type of striker. Huh?
What do you say? He said crossing to Osimhen did not make sense. I don't understand you.
He don't score headers, bro.
Come on,
if he don't score headers, why cross to you? Come on, bro. Let me keep it real now, bro. Like,
Okay,
I understand he
keep
could
it
take the
simple.
ball
You
down
have
in the
not been
box.
watching
Hold
Osimhen.
on.
You
He
have
could
not
take
been
the ball
watching
down in the
Osimhen.
box. He could try something.
I said
But
you have not been
me,
watching Osimhen.
from a team that had Dwight York, I want you to understand. Dwight York, anywhere that ball hit his head was back of the net kick.
Dread.
Yeah.
Mark is totally as in misquoting Osimhen.
Fix. There's something you should know, right? And I don't like stressing myself if I know these things. Mark doesn't rate Osimhen, so anything you say will not just go. So just leave this argument. He was asked a question, he has picked one out of it, and good, he picked, right? For me, I would take Osimhen also. But I saw one comment in the chat right now. It's pure Victor Gyökeres, right? It might not be Victor Gyökeres himself, but somebody with that output, somebody with that skill set at the moment, bro. We need
the guy.
We need a world-class, whether at United, the stature of United needs a world-class striker, right?
Yeah.
We need a world-class striker. But
now,
our
if we
recruitment
could
in the
get
past
Victor,
4 or 5 years has been poor. Yeah, if we could get that one, bro, that's 90% of United's players. That's fans. That's who they want, right? But at the moment, if we're not going to be getting that, if we're going to be borrowing, like somebody used the word borrow, if we're going to be borrowing a player this window, and Kolo Muani is one of the players
I hate that word.
Without actually breaking the back. We can actually break the back, right? Let's borrow him, bro. Let's loan him in, and maybe by the summer we go for the guy that we want. But I'm hearing reports that I don't know how true it is, but I think Mark touched on it. Bayern Munich are actually looking at Victor at the moment. So
Victor
Victor Gyökeres.
You see this guy, price, pace, power, ability, development currently at this moment, what he offers, this guy is the best choice. Omar Mamouche, trust me, guys. Don't think I'm talking. Watch Frankfurt 2 or 3 games. Watch 2 or 3 games of this fella and tell me what you guys think before you rubbish it, bro. And I'm telling you, this is the striker in his rise. He's rising up to his prime form. He's been consistently improving. Not consistently, not improving in the opposite direction.
Mark, I thought Mamouche is a 10.
No, he's played striker at Frankfurt, bro. He's played 10 sometimes, but he's played striker at Frankfurt.
He's got 13 goals and 7 assists from 15 games. Mamouche.
15 goals. He had 12 goals. Just want to let men know.
There's something about the German league that I have come to realize. It's me. Anybody could be. If that German league, there's something there. They drink a certain type of water that when they leave there, they don't find that water anywhere else.
You see, because there's getting natural quality spring water now. And when they go to London, it's how they drink.
We've seen numbers. We've seen cases, right? So I'm going to this Mamouche guy that everybody's talking about. I'm not against him coming to United, but I will always have this element of doubt when it comes to, not for the player, for the league, because they find it hard. You understand? Yeah. And I saw a comment and I almost fell off my chair. Luis Saha was better than Osimhen, bro.
Oh, but guys,
Compos, easy.
Great one says he would get Osimhen just for the mask alone.
Mark, I want to take us back yesterday. Mark,
go ahead.
There is something Pep Guardiola said about Jack Grealish. I just remembered Ten Hag and Jordan Sancho, and the thing is not even making waves in the media. You know, so it's not even making waves in the media. I say United is just United. What he said about Jack Grealish is more heavier than what Ten Hag complained about Jordan Sancho. Last time.
But Pep called what's this guy name? The guy who came from Leeds that never played a game for a whole year at Man City, 17 minutes. I think he played at the end of the season. What's his name? Calvin Phillips. He said he was fat, overweight, obese. You know what I mean? There's a guy that he says what he wants, bro. The media loves it. You know what I mean? The media loves it. But last question, folks. while we're here, what do you guys think of Liam Delap? Now, the reason why I'm asking this question is because there has been some concerning reports of interest at Manchester United into this player. And I don't know why I feel like we might just get this guy, bro.
8 goals, 2 assists. 8 goals, 2 assists.
Is it Premier League goals? 8.
Yeah, it's Premier League goals. Ipswich will not
Premier League
Premier
goals.
League, bro.
It's Premier League goals.
For me,
Hoyland is sitting on 7.
can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I will say I see similarities of the player with Gyökeres. I'm not comparing them though. I just see some similarities. One, his agility is very visible. He's so agile and very hard for defenders to just discard him. So the guy is very strong. But I'm seeing this his first season in top flight. So I'm just trying like to watch how long is it going to take him. But for me, if the coach wants him, that's fine and good. If the coach wants him, that's fine and good, because
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Can I just say something on that? Let me just say something on that.
And then Drex will go.
In the championship, 31 games, 8 goals, 2 assists. I'll leave it at that.
Somebody Compos just took the words out of my mouth. Is this season Evan Ferguson? That's what it is at the moment. Now, a lot of Roy Delap, Liam Delap, it's not Liam Delap. Sorry, Liam Delap is not a bad player. But at United, we are crying for a proven striker.
Currently, we are crying for people to put in an effort, not a proven striker, because our people are not putting in
I tell you this, right? Hoyland would be a good striker, but right now he has to think, he has to do a lot of things on his own. He needs guidance. Liam Delap will not be the one to do that. We need a striker that he could learn off from. Yeah.
I want to ask a question. Didn't you guys think that we are hurting the development of Hoyland, because for him to be
if we get another striker,
it's going to help his development, because for now,
but not a Liam Delap that is at Ipswich. Get a
they're about the same age or 2 years apart.
If you want to get a Liam Delap as a supporting striker, you could. United always had like 3-4 strikers. Right, there was no complaint about that, right? But we knew that when we were starting the game, if whoever the striker is, we knew those ones would deliver. So it's let me just criticize Hoyland a bit, right? Against Liverpool, right? There was this chance that was given unto him that he ran into space, collected the ball, but by the time he was hitting the ball, he felt like it looked like he lost confidence at that point. Another striker, some other strikers, it might be an 80% double end at the back of the net with 20% the goalkeeper covering it. I'm not taking away the goalkeeper stepping out of his line so quick and making himself big, right? Don't take that away. But some other striker will find a way to put it in the back of it. That's what I'm talking about. Some disproven strikers that have been in such situations over time know how to maneuver such situations and get the best result out of such situations. Hoyland is just learning. Maybe tomorrow he might be in the same position and decide to lob the keeper or decide to go for a top bins like Martinez does. But we are saying these opportunities in a team that don't really produce the service at the moment, right? If you get a proven striker, whatever they feed off from, there's a high chance that their conversion rate would hit maybe like 80%, 90%. So I'm not that's not playing down on Hoyland. But that's just saying that these guys have gotten experience to the point where they know, okay, this same situation, I'll do it this way. Hoyland has to learn this on the go.
Drex, I agree with you, because he seems like he look up and try to place the ball while that chance is supposed to be taking a shot, and he misses it
one time, like put it on the ground under the goalkeeper.
Exactly what Martinez did. That's something he's supposed to do. Take a powerful shot there. When you miss, but he tried to place it, to the far post, and he misses the target.
Mistakes happen, guys. Mistakes happen. And
we're not
important.
We're not pressing it on him.
I do want to talk about that clearance. I don't want to talk about
Ahmad
that clearance. The
Ahmad
clearance.
header.
The clearance you're talking about.
Who
Cleared the
said that?
ball
Which
like a
header?
defender. You understand?
No, I'm talking.
Anyway.
I'm talking about Ahmad's header towards the goal.
No, I think
It
Ahmad
didn't go
Ahmad
towards the goal. It went out.
mistimed his run.
It cleared.
Ahmad just mistimed his run. That Ahmad was expecting the ball to float, like not get a curve.
But listen, I don't want to go through all of that for Ahmad. I'm not going through it for Hoyland, bro. I'm not going through it for Garnacho. I'm not going through it for nobody. So I'm not going through it for no one. Not him, not no one. I want you hear me? Because I could simply just sit here and say, if it was Mason Greenwood, 1-0. You kill me?
No.
If Rasmus Hoyland was in that position and I put
talk about hate Ahmad, but 2-0 Rasmus. Nobody hate.
Anywhere, any chance we get in the last 5 weeks, if I put Mason Greenwood in that position, I guarantee we would have scored. I promise you, bro. So let me not even make excuses about the ball. Let me not make excuses about, because, bro, realistically, Ahmad still have a lot of development to do. He can still get a lot better. He still could get a lot better. It's the same thing with Rasmus. Still have improvement to do, still have development to do. We bought Rasmus to develop. Of course, it was the wrong decision to put a developmental striker to lead the line. Terrible decision, right? But this is where we at. Let's not kill the guys, the young guys, because the decisions are above them.
Nobody's killing nobody. We're just saying that.
Yes, it is, because
experience sometimes teach you better.
The guy missed the shot. So what? It already missed. Understand what I'm saying? I understand that he could have probably done a better job than hit a shot for power or not. Same thing with Joshua Zirkzee. Don't pass to Maguire, right? Shoot. If Maguire as well, step over the ball. Don't receive it. You know Garnacho over your shoulder. Do not touch that ball. He's not an attacker. Simple. So this is why I would say this. Because realistically, bro, when I look at Ahmad, Garnacho, Hoyland, you know what I mean, them kind of guys, Zirkzee, they still have development to do. So I'm not complaining about some mistakes they make. One chance in a game here, one chance in a game there. Bro, they have development to do. You understand?
They do.
So just me.
This is why I am saying we don't need a Liam Delap as we need somebody first before
I agree.
Delap. We need somebody in the experience class before a Delap. That's what that's the reason why I even brought this thing in, because experience will teach you better than you just learning your trade as a young striker.
Why great ones do this, bro?
Great one.
Great one. I just want to announce something to you, right? You see the guy that you're comparing to Greenwood is the reason why 40 million euros went down the drain for 4 seasons, bro. I don't know if you remember, we paid 40 million euros for this guy from Atalanta in 2019 in January, right? Let me relearn here, right? Great one. And when he came in, Mason Greenwood came out of the academy. And guess what? He went to Shamrock Rovers, and Mason Greenwood went into the first team.
This stat is wrong. I think this stat is wrong.
I think
Greenwood.
No, he didn't.
It's not correct.
He didn't include all the G-Ray. He just talking about in the league. He talking about the best league finish Mason Greenwood had for United and Ahmad's current tally. But he didn't mention Mason Greenwood was 18. Ahmad is 22, 4 years older, and still not even half the player. So while he's stating a fact, you know what I mean?
Mark Greenwood, for me, great one set a trap and you just put your big toe.
No, bro, I did. He's been doing this for weeks, for days, bro.
Then you know he's been setting trap for weeks, for days,
right?
Mark, if you were a fish, you did.
Yeah.
He's been baiting you for days and you just swallow the hook right now, bro.
Hook, line, and sinker.
I agree with Smurf there, right? We have Chido coming. We shouldn't be getting it. We need people that these guys could look up to and say, okay,
exactly,
right now.
Exactly.
Like this.
Exactly. Senior striker business.
Amen.
Senior striker business. I don't want to hear about no more development, no more potential up front, bro. I wanted a senior striker this summer. I get Joshua Zirkzee. I was disappointed. But you know what? Jay-Z is here. I'll back him.
Oh, when
But
Jay-Z
the next
starts
option needs
when
to be
Jay-Z
a
start
seniors
putting
guy.
his albums together, when Jay-Z start making his album and giving us good sound, ain't nobody. I'll be right here. I'll be right
We'll
here.
be here, Drex. You know, we's always be the last ones on the train. So we will be here. You know what I mean? And like I said, what, bro? Yeah, bro. Drex, I was always going to take that bit. From the moment, he said he been priming me for this Greenwood situation.
I think it's easy to catch you on this thing. Just say Greenwood, and Mark is ready. He's already seen the bait from afar. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. He doesn't even want to know what you're saying about Greenwood. If you are pro Greenwood or if you actually criticize, he just wants to just say something, bro. Greenwood cannot be mentioned, and I don't speak, bro.
I saw that United's going to make some money from Greenwood because they're going to sell him on. So we could get some money in January for Greenwood.
They're gonna do what?
No,
to sell him on
to.
That's not.
Yeah, they want to sell him on to where?
Okay, small.
I don't know. Manchester Evening News posted an article that Mason Greenwood raises some money when they sell him off. Yeah.
Brother, listen. I don't know about man them. I will only take NEOS seriously when they resign Mason Greenwood. Thank you to each and every one of you in the chat for joining us today.
Don't mention Greenwood on the stream. Mark would lose it.
Right? I big up to Campos Smooth, Danny B. Big up to Ricardo Pereira, the great one. Big up to Fix. Big up to Uroiden. Big up to Drex. Big up to Ricardo Diaz as well. Big up to Jordan Wall in the building. Big up to Hayden Pro as well, of course. Big up to the Madhouse. Big up to the Madhouse in the building. Guys, big up to Jordan Wall as well and Danny B. Joe Blackman as well in the house. Big up to Stephanie Griffith. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a long stream. Been an enjoyable conversation. I hope you guys had lots of fun. I certainly enjoyed it. Great one. We'll be back. I'll be back for you, bro.
I set the trap for you now.
Yo, don't worry, bro. I added the kit to the shrine on the 23rd. The White United kit, Greenwood number 10. Watch it. It will be next to that Ronaldo jersey when I come back from Manchester. I promise you. Everybody go be mad. And I will do it.
Mama Lodi Sundowns. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Have a great day, guys. Catch you guys later on. We'll be back later on this evening with some more news and updates. Of course, your boy Marken. Smash the likes and subscribe. Big up to Drex in the building. Big up to Hayden Pro. Guys, don't forget to check out Joe Blackman's channel. Of course, he's supposed to be doing more content for us, not just FIFA streams and KG streams. So check it out, guys. Stick around. There's always going to be more content on the network. We'll be doing the match preview coming up soon. And of course, there's all different sorts of transfer news coming and updates to be had. Big up to everyone. Thank you so much. Again, peace out, guys.
Baby.